Hello there and good afternoon. The thing that would most damage Brexit at the moment is if Remain MPs in Parliament were able to force through an amendment to an act requiring the government, through whatever mechanism, to rule out a no-deal Brexit, or more technically accurate, rule out a WTO Brexit. This would also put Parliament, government and the monarchy in dangerous constitutional territory, as arguments start on whether or not it can be signed into law. It could also end up with the government shutting down Parliament by prorogation, so causing all bills to fall. One can also imagine the Judiciary being brought in at some stage as powerful people on both sides commence litigation or judicial review in an attempt to force the issue one way or the other. Now, the large Remain element in Parliament is desperate to get a WTO exit off of the table, as it would almost certainly end up with an extension to the Article 50 process, so giving them breathing space to engineer a full Brexit reversal. And that is what it's all about. So some commentators say the way ahead is for all parties to start by removing the option of remaining in the EU from the table, because that would go a long way to unmuddying the pool. But as far as I'm concerned, Remain has been thrown off the table already, and further has been put into the dustbin and consigned to a maggot-infested landfill by a combination of events. The first of those, of course, is the 2016 EU referendum, about which I need say no more, apart from Leave One. Then there was a vote in Parliament to trigger Article 50 to leave the EU. Then the 2017 general election, where over 80% of the electorate voted for a party that was committed to leaving the European Union. Then there is the fact that Parliament voted the Withdrawal Act 2018 through to become primary legislation in the knowledge that we leave with or without a deal on the stated exit date of 11 p.m. on the 29th of March 2019. How can anyone think that Remain is still on the table after all of that? Remain is not on the table, and the wailing of the few should not be allowed to alter that fact. Therefore, the thoughts of second referendums containing any option of remaining in the EU in any guise are also off the table. There is also one further extremely dangerous option that should also join no Brexit in the landfill, and that is Theresa May's deal. At the moment, the Prime Minister appears to be slowly garnering support for that Brexit in name-only deal by making promises about the backstop. She's even getting friendly noises from the DUP over it now, which will surprise many people, as there appears to be no prospect of a legally binding change to her withdrawal agreement in sight. But even without that backstop, this agreement has many question marks hanging over it, with the main problem being that it ties us into another 2+ years of continued uncertainty as we haggle over our future relationship with the European Union. Everything will stay EU-centric for another 2 years. The people of the UK need to realise what this would mean for them. Far from certainty, it just kicks the can down the road again, and our MPs will still be running all the same Brexit-style arguments, except that the demands would be that we have to have rejoining the EU put on the table. And big business will be constantly lobbying for extensions to the transition phase, etc. In my mind, there is only one certain route, and that is the WTO Brexit. And that is why it must stay firmly on the table. It is all the other options that must now go. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and thank you for watching.